Hello everyone, welcome to Edicanting. Today's session is going to be very interesting. Today we have with us Ratan Mondal. Ratan just completed his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, and before that he has a 5 year of job experience and he did work in different sectors. And before that he completed his BTech from Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College. Let's welcome Ratan da. Ratan da, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Subhajit, for inviting me in your show.
No, Ratan, first I will ask you about what is the MBA program? Like in 2 years, the students what they learn, what is the topic they covered?
So MBA is nothing but a master degree program of business administration. People learn lot of things. Subjects are basically connected to the business administration. There is no specific prescribed solution of any problem. There could be many problems, many solutions based on the situation. So it depends on the multiple factors that are connected to that particular problem.
Okay.
And other than these traditional thoughts from IIM Ahmedabad, whatever I have learned, and I think from all institutes, students can get the similar kind of experience, not only with business administration, but how to deal with the life. So you can say life administration also you can learn from MBA.
Okay.
Mostly.
Okay, thank you. Now I want to ask, when we think about MBA, we mainly thought that MBA are taught in only IIM. So is there any other institute, and what are the entrance procedure?
Okay. So see, there are many institutes other than IIM. IITs are there, many private institutions are there. There are a lot of exams for the many institutes specifically. Institute-specific exams, common exams, CAT is most popular, that's why we all know about it, but there are a lot of exams are available for that particular institutes. You can check through that website of that particular institute what kind of exams they are taking and what are the admission process for their institutions.
Okay. Today we are not going to a detailed analysis of CAT preparation because there are ample videos in YouTube available. So as I know that you did for CAT preparation, you did a self-study. So please tell us about that thing, how one can do that thing.
Okay, that's a funny story. Even before 6 months, I didn't think of doing MBA at all.
Okay.
But when I was doing job at that time, suddenly I thought I need to change something. And then I started searching what I can do further.
Okay.
And one of my junior from my engineering college, he did MBA from IIM, one of the IIMs, and he has a good knowledge about it. So I started discussion with him, and then got details about this MBA. And then I casually started CAT because I didn't have enough scope to leave the job for the preparation, as my family was totally dependent on me. And that's why I started preparing by downloading random apps sometimes only. What I needed was problems that I need to solve. So it is not really necessary to take study materials, a lot of study materials like that. But yeah, it would help you to get a lot of questions together. So what I used for the CAT preparation, sometimes previous year questions, and I had taken mock test series to judge my ability to identify my gap so that I can improve my weak areas.
Okay. So basically we no need to take any institution help, take a mock test to check your status and try a lot, practice a lot. Practice is the key thing for here also.
That is obviously, and everything depends person to person.
Yeah.
So for me, institution private coaching was not so important, but for someone it is very much important. So I can't say it is not important at all.
Okay.
But it depends on person to person.
Right. And first step will be see the previous year question, collect some question set, and then think about that whether should I need or not.
This kind of exam, what you need to identify the gaps basically. Right. What kind of gap, what you know and what you don't know, but that is essential for the exam. So that gap identification you can do by any ways. You can join institution, you can take mock test series, you can judge by yourself. Many ways are available. you can choose any of them.
Okay. Okay. And in continuation there, what I want to ask that after doing 5 years of job, like many people do 2 years of job and then come back to MBA. So after doing 5 years of job, you came back to MBA. So which point, which thing triggered you to go for MBA or further study?
Okay. So when I started preparation at that time, it was not 5 years of experience. When I joined the institution, then it was more than 5 years of experience. But anyways, at that time it was more than 3.5 years of experience.
Okay.
But what you know, I eagerly wanted to leave my job. So I started searching what I can do at this point of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I found I can try MBA CAT once.
Okay. Okay.
So eagerness of leaving the job triggered me to prepare CAT exam basically.
Okay, got it, got it. And one thing that basically the people who are in more than 3 years or 4 years of a job, they mainly prefer to go executive MBA program. So between executive program and flagship MBA program, so between these two, why did you choose an MBA program? Why not executive MBA?
Okay, and that's the mostly frequently asked question. Many people ask me even personally in LinkedIn. At that time I didn't have too much idea about MBA PGPX program, executive program. So CAT was the flow, everyone preparing for that. So I started also. But after when I got knowledge about this PGPX program, and if you ask whether I would go for it or not, I would prefer flagship program because PGPX program somehow is very much connected to the previous experience that you have.
Yeah.
And you need to continue with that experience. I'm not saying it's absolute, but mostly it is maybe. But in flagship program, you will have a general MBA, you will have lot of subjects, diversified profile, you will have diversified knowledge, you will have. So you can switch industry, switch stream, switch companies very easily, maybe at least as compared to the PGPX program.
Okay, got it. But now, previously one time you was mentioning that the cost. You previously thought that cost was very high for MBA. So here maximum people think about that MBA is high costly and this is a rich people's cup of tea. And we can't afford that. So what is your view?
I definitely say it is a myth because yes, I did have also same kind of idea. It's costly. Definitely, it is costly, but anyone can afford it because banks are there to help you anyways.
Okay.
So if you are good CAT score, whatever exam scores, and you are getting admission to any good college, banks are there to give you education loan at a minimum interest with lot of flexible conditions. Nowadays from the premier institutions and there are a lot of scholars loans available from many banks.
Okay.
And they give you the loan without any collateral and securities because they know after MBA you will have good scope of job and you will definitely repay their loan. So it is not a problem at all. And even after, even during your MBA, you can get many scholarships, industrial scholarships, case competitions, prize funds, and a lot of things. I mean, cost related part you can manage in many ways.
Oh. Can you please elaborate that part that you mentioned that scholarship and different type of competition? Can you please put some light on that?
See, some state government gives some scholarships for their state candidates. Central government gives scholarships for some research quotas. Then institution gives scholarship based on some criteria. Many industries they give many scholarships. There are many memorable scholarships also, so that institutions some memorial scholarships also that institutions alumni also give. So and many other competitions, many other case studies, many things are available you can earn by competing those competitions also. So cost is not a problem. So leaving all these things, even you will have bank loan with a minimum loan interest without a large securities. That's no issue.
Fine. Okay. Now I want to know, like in as far as I know that in IIM we mainly know that in IIM there are course like MBA, PGP, and all this. Like, is there any other course like short-term course that we can avail for that?
Yeah, there are many courses available at different institutions. It's better to check their websites what are those courses available and what are the eligibility criteria and other things. But yes, other than these flagship programs, lot of courses are available.
Okay. Okay. Now tell us about that your 2 year of experience, like 2 year of experience at IIM.
IIM Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
What I can say is our batch is COVID batch, so we had really very less time to spend time physically on campus. So whatever time we got, we tried to enjoy a lot. And at Ahmedabad, always I felt something heritage. And our alumni base, our alumni profile, it's really always proud.
Right.
We feel proud of them, and then that gives us energy to do something better.
Great.
So not only for IIM Ahmedabad, I think for every institution it is true.
And that is the main motivation of every premier institute. When you enter any premier institute, you get that feeling that some good alumni is there. So that is the main thing. That is the main motivation. Thank you. Now after 2 years of job, like I want to know from you about that placement. Which kind of job you guys get, and what is the placement session? What about that?
Say placement is institution varies, and placements is sometimes confidential for those institutions.
Okay.
So it's better to check their website directly to get information about the placements.
But if I want to know that, like different sectors, which sector you guys
see, there are consulting, finance, banking sectors, private equity, venture capital. It's mostly finance sector, and then government sectors also available. FMCG sectors are so many sectors are available. You can choose where you want to go, and accordingly you can prepare yourself. You can improve your expertise in that area.
Got it. Now I want to ask that one question, like as we know, as the myth goes around, like in engineering we see that around 100 of engineers, 70 don't know why they are doing engineering. And same thing, we see that same thing happens with MBA also. Many people are going to do MBA, but what do you think? Everyone should go for MBA, and what should be the motivation before going to MBA? What should be the ambition?
Definitely everyone should not go for anything. So it depends on what they want to do. So anybody wants to go for MBBS, they can go for that. Further higher studies on MBBS, research are available. So it totally depends on their inclination. His or her inclinations, where he or she wants to see themselves after certain years. Okay. So it is not, I would not encourage just to go for MBA if you are not really want to do for.
Right. And before going to MBA, like we seem to think, is it really I really want to do this, or I am doing in PRP side? That I have to think about that also. Yeah,
PRP study is very harmful thing in our society. That is definitely. If you want to go for any cultural activities for a longer time, if you want to take that as profession, I would definitely encourage that. But it could be a dance, it could be singing, even it could be makeup or fashion design. So it totally depends on that. And you asked about the IITians and the technical students when they are doing engineering, why they are going for MBA. See, at the age of 18, 20, it is not very easy to take all decision together in very advance.
Right.
So at every stage people goes through a certain phases that gives lot of experience, lot of exposures, lot of opportunities. And from those experience people started searching, learning more and more things. That exposures gives them to choose the further higher studies.
Right.
So what happened, during my engineering college, engineering life, then एक कहावत था ऐसा कि engineering you did, so just go higher studies for MTech, PhD in your engineering field. If you are going for MBA, then why did you do for engineering, right? Yeah, I didn't know about what is going on in life. Before 4 years, I did not have enough experience to take right decision.
Right.
And I'm not saying at this period I'm well enough to take right decision. You know, life gives you different story at different times, and accordingly you need to take your decision.
Right.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful. Thanks for your views. Like now I have some rapid fire questions for you. So let's start. So you will get a few seconds and please answer in short answer. So first, when you think of the word successful, who is the first person who come to your mind and why?
Okay, one and only Swami Vivekananda. He was a very successful person because he established this Ramakrishna mission, and after 125 years, it is a giant philanthropy organization across the globe.
Right.
And what was his leadership? And this success of this organization is definitely a success of him.
Right. Okay. 3 books you want to give to someone?
Difficult question. Many books I want to give, but yeah, for the life lesson and handling your life, Bhagavad Gita, of course. Secondly, in modern era, if you want to live peaceful life and if you want to handle most difficult things, you can say it's a modern version of Bhagavad Gita, that is the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And third book would be Gita Bitan by Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay. What is your favorite documentary or movie?
Favorite movie, it's of course Modern Times by Charlie Chaplin, and documentary, it's by Satyajit Ray on Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay. What are your morning rituals and what do first 60 minutes of your day?
There is no specific routine as such, but yeah, I love trees too much, so I love gardening also. So in the early morning, I always roaming in the garden and see what is happening there.
Okay. Do you have any quote you live your life by or think often?
Yeah, always. That is 3P and 1L is the key of your success. That is that quote by Swami Vivekananda. Purity, patience, and perseverance are the 3 essentials to success, and above all, love.
Okay. What topic would you speak about if you are asked to give a TED talk on something outside your expertise?
Okay, many people says that Ratunda, your life itself a very motivating story. So I want to really share my struggle and my life experience.
Okay. In one sentence, you're learning from your journey of life.
Okay. In Bengali, there is a quotation by Rabindranath Tagore, "Monre aji kahoche, bhalo mondo jahai ashuk, sotrelo sahoje." That means it's life itself mysterious. So it's better hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. But don't be upset. Enjoy every moment in your life.
Okay. Very, very thank you. That before wrapping up the session, final tips for the students who was watching our session.
Okay. So, of course, I wish you all the best to everyone, and don't get demotivated at any cost, because life is not ending with any specific things. There are a lot of diversified things you can easily achieve, and dedicate yourself, be patientful, be dedicated, and at this period definitely I'd like to state a quote again by Swami Vivekananda, that is rise, awake, and don't stop till the goal is reached. So if your goal is to do MBA or whatever, so just be dedicated.
So thank you Ratanda, thanks for coming and thanks a lot. I hope this will be very helpful, very insightful for all the students, not necessarily for MBA, for all students. This session is very insightful. So thanks a lot. Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you
it
so
for
much.
today.